Hi there. You've probably heard the advice, be everywhere online. Post on every platform, every day, all the time. The idea is that if you show up everywhere, eventually someone will notice you. But let's be honest, being everywhere usually means being forgettable. It's like that person who tries to wear every trend at once. Sequins, cowboy boots, a bucket hat, neon. You don't think, wow, what style? You think, wow, chaos. And yet so many entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants run their businesses like that. They scatter themselves across platforms, chasing visibility, without realizing that volume without vision is noise. Here's the truth. Clients don't remember noise. They remember clarity. And today, we want to show you why being everywhere is a trap, and what actually makes your brand unforgettable. The first trap is confusing activity with authority. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're building something people trust. Posting everywhere without a through line is like shouting in 5 different languages at once. You may technically be out there, but no one is sticking around long enough to translate. What matters isn't being everywhere. What matters is being magnetic somewhere. When you claim a space, show up consistently, and build authority around a core message, people start to remember you. Think of the brands you admire. Do you love them because they're everywhere, or because every time you see them, they feel distinct, polished, and intentional? The second trap is what we call borrowed authority. This is when entrepreneurs rely on platforms to make them look credible, instead of building a brand that holds weight on its own. It's why you see founders pour themselves into one platform, only to panic when the algorithm changes. Real authority doesn't vanish when Instagram glitches or when LinkedIn throttles your reach. Real authority is transferable. It's built on clarity, structure, and perception. When you have that, the platform is just the stage. Without it, you're a performer without a script. The third trap is chasing reach at the expense of resonance. Sure, you might reach thousands by posting everywhere, but if nobody remembers you, what's the point? Resonance is what gets people to lean in. Resonance is what makes someone send your video to a colleague with the note, "This is exactly what I was trying to say." And resonance comes from depth, not scatter. It comes from showing up with a consistent voice, a clear point of view, and the confidence to not be everywhere, but to be unforgettable where you choose to be. So how do you shift from being everywhere to being unforgettable? First, sharpen your clarity. Decide what you want to be known for and double down on it. Don't water down your message by trying to please everyone, everywhere. Authority isn't built on generic statements, it's built on sharp ones. Second, solidify your structure. Choose 1 or 2 primary platforms and commit to them. Build content systems, nurturing flows, and a pathway that leads people somewhere intentional. Remember, activity without a pathway is performance, not strategy. And third, elevate your perception. Make sure that when someone sees you, whether it's once a week or once a month, you look like the authority. Clean branding, confident delivery, editorial polish. People don't need to see you everywhere if, when they do see you, you're unforgettable. But let's take this further with a story, because stories stick longer than strategy bullet points. We recently spoke with a coach who was doing everything. She had a blog she updated sporadically, a LinkedIn she posted on when she remembered, Instagram stories every other day, and a TikTok account that she swore she was going to be consistent on this time. She wasn't lazy. She was working harder than most people we know. But every time we asked her what results she wanted from each platform, she just said, visibility. Here's the problem. Visibility without intention is like shouting into a crowded room. Yes, people may hear you for a second, but no one walks away remembering your name. Now, contrast that with another entrepreneur who focused entirely on YouTube and one social platform. She committed to a consistent rhythm, tied everything back to a signature framework, and made sure every piece of content pointed to the same end goal. She didn't have the loudest voice online, but her audience could repeat her message, word for word. And when people can repeat you, they can recommend you. That's when authority compounds. So if you've been exhausting yourself trying to keep up with every platform, pause and ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What is the platform where my best clients are already spending time? 2. How can we show up there consistently in a way that feels sustainable, And 3, how can we make sure that every single thing we publish ties back to the authority we want to be known for? If you can answer those 3 questions and stick with them, you'll do more for your growth than being scattered across 6 platforms ever will. Because here's the truth. Nobody's hiring the loudest voice in the room. They're hiring the one who sounds clear, consistent, and confident, and clarity is what cuts through noise. Here's the bigger perspective. Trying to be everywhere is exhausting. It drains your time, your confidence, and your creativity. But when you choose focus, you build a business that feels steady, intentional, and magnetic. Focus makes you memorable. Focus makes you trustworthy. And focus is what allows you to build authority instead of noise. So the next time you hear "be everywhere," remember this: being everywhere is the fastest way to be forgotten. Being intentional is the fastest way to be remembered. If you're ready to see how to put clarity, structure, and perception into place in your own business, you'll find the link to our private training right below this video. Before you go, tap right here to watch that training. It's the best place to start if you want to see how this framework works in action. And while you're here, don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a new strategy.